Okay, so in this video, let me get this centered. Okay, we are going to just look at some basic inequalities, and we're going to look at the set notation, so how we would write the set notation of this, how we would graph this, as well as the interval notation. So what we're going to do here is take a look at this. Oops. When we look over here, this symbol right here, what does that mean? Since it's opening towards the x, this means greater than. Okay, so this sentence, how we would read this is it says x is greater than -3, right? That's how we would say that. So now to write the solution set, this is really, we're just going to take what we have over here and we're just going to put it in some mathy notation to let us know that we're not just dealing with numbers or one number, we're dealing with a whole bunch of numbers, right? Because we're saying x can be anything greater than -3, so it could be -2, -1, whatever. So this is how we write the set notation, and this means the set of, and then this, I like to think of this bar in the middle means, whoops, such that. So here's what we do. You put an x here, and then you take this answer you got over here, and we're going to drop that right in this spot right here. So it's going to be x is greater than 3. So when we read this, this reads as the set of x's such that x is greater than 3, right? So that's how we would translate that. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the graph of this. So I'm going to go ahead and make some line. Let's draw a number line. And again, so rather than putting 0 on this number line, we're just going to go ahead and make -3 the center of attention, because that's really the only number we care about. And remember, this is greater than, right? So greater than is going to be the stuff like -2, -1, 0. We can go on forever, right? So to graph this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to shade all that stuff to the right. And then since this is just less than, since this is just greater than, we are going to give it a round bracket, okay? Now finally, the interval notation, what we're going to do is we're really just going to take what we have right here and we're going to try to put it in a nice set of parentheses. So where did we shade? We shaded from -3, and then do you see that this graph is going to be going to the right forever? Since it's going to be going to the right forever, we're going to we need to let our reader know that it's going to the right forever. So we put an infinity symbol. And now, since, take a look right here, do you see that we had a round parentheses here? This is why we use the round ones, because that's how the interval notation is going to be written. And then infinity always gets a round bracket as well, okay? Let's look at one more of these. So in this one right here, it says C is less than or equal to 2. So when we have that bar under there, it means or equal to. So we would read this as C is less than or equal to. Because again, this symbol is less than or equal to 2. Pretty much the same pattern as what we had above. We're going to put these, we're going to take the answer we got. So let me go ahead and highlight that. We're going to take that answer. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to put C is less than or equal to 2. We're going to put a bar in front of that. We use the letter C, so C in front of that. And then we're going to put some squiggly brackets around it. Hold on, I can do a better job with those. So we're going to put some squiggly brackets around that. And that's it. That's the set notation. Let's do our graph and our interval notation. So the graph, let me draw my number line. We're going to put 2 in the middle. Now, remember, less than. So less than is going to be the stuff to the left, right? Because that's the stuff going, this is the smaller stuff out here. And now here's the other thing. Since we have an or equal to, we're going to use a square bracket. So if you see a greater than or equal to or a less than or equal to, those are going to get square brackets, okay? And now finally the interval notation, instead, since this is going to the left forever, we call that negative infinity. Because you see, this is going to go, like we might have 0 here, and then -1, -2. It's going to go negatives towards the infinity, all the way up to 2. And so infinity always gets a round one, and then you see what kind of bracket we have right here. So since we have a square bracket right there, I'm going to put a square bracket right here, and this is going to be our interval notation.